Day 5 of this epic pilgrimage in the Himalayas in India. You're here with Sai. Namaste. And a lot has been happening. I'd particularly love to share with you about managing expectations and transcending them, as well as some other really profound meetings and insights that have been invited and revealed to me in this last day. So, to give you context, I'm sitting in an old temple, a very old temple, over 1,000 years old, and it's raining outside. As you can maybe even see, it's raining inside too a bit. It's dripping. Actually, really interestingly, these buildings here are very much like Galicia, where I live, in the Camino de Santiago, where the roofs are made with stone, and the walls are also made with drywall stones, very thick. So it feels very similar to home, but that's also a bit of the problem, as I know from experience in our house, that when the stones move, even just a little bit, sometimes there's leaks and they can be very hard to fix. So this temple is actually over 1,000 years old, and it's in not even a village. It's kind of in the middle of one big house or 3 small petitions by the Ganga. It's amazing. So yeah, managing expectations, transcending them. So I was ready to leave where I last shared from, at this beautiful place, in this ashram or mandir or refuge, could be called, and with this beautiful man, Purushottam, who'd been really like an angel, a trail angel, like a yatra angel, a pilgrimage angel, and so gracious, so humble. And I could see that, preparing my things, ready to go, and they were starting to cook. They were starting to cook lunch, and a thought came over me. I could just, if I can prolong my stay a little bit, then I can eat lunch, and then I don't need to worry. That'll be enough food for me for the day, and I don't need to think about where my food will be coming from. And so, it wasn't my purest thought, and I could really observe in myself that there was a thought coming from lack, coming from fear. Lacking trust of, like, I will find him. I will have what I need as well. So I did that, and I prolonged my time, and it took a while, and for the food to come, and then we ate, and as I was preparing to go, some rain, a few drops started, and I could feel this window closing between getting later in the day. Well, it rained quite a bit, and then it slowed down, and drizzling. Do I leave? It's getting later, this window's closing, and then before I know it, and I'm staying the night again. And it was also very beautiful. It's just interesting to see for me where that original thought came from. And I guess trying not to judge it, human thing, and just see that it was coming from fear. We spent the night, we went and visited a Swami, who's like a teacher, and another sadhu, which is like what they call a holy man, but someone who's taken a spiritual path or devotion to a spiritual path, and they were planning to undertake a yagya, which is a fire ceremony. which didn't happen in the end, but it was a beautiful meeting and conversation. The sadhu was doing a PhD in yoga and focusing especially on pranayama and the health benefits, the mental and the physical benefits of breathing. Really, really interesting. To which he said there were many, and that the practice, the amount of practice that someone's doing a day really depends on to have the optimal benefit. He was also saying about doing enough to reach that. There was an equilibrium, that there wasn't a need to do, lots of hours in the day. Someone might build up their capacity to do it, but it wasn't a fixed fixed result or fixed quantity for the most effective result. So super interesting. One of the things I remember that I took away, he had these beautiful big eyes and smile. He was really had an illuminating quality, really beautiful, dressed in his red robe. We had chai, we had tea together. One of the things he said to me was that in his approach, I asked him a question, I don't remember what it was, but in his approach to life, he's just always done what's been asked of him. And he kind of gave the example of, you asked me to go there, I go there. You asked me to come here, I come here. And he said, first in, first serve. And it didn't seem like he kind of had this approach with it as service rather than there was nothing of obligation of I have to do this, I have to do that. And I don't know enough about it more to comment on it than that, but I just was interesting, to also, it seems like it's working out for him. He's in peace. He's in peace, and it's also beautiful. There's a beautiful flow, and and it reminds me also a bit of Purushottam, this beautiful man that who took me in, who took me in, fed me, and gave me a place to stay. But more than that, it was a real connection and insight and wisdom, and well, I think of so many things, because then we ended up having a lot of conversations, the evening, the morning, but really one of the things that struck me the most was his simplicity, his humbleness in service, and the simplicity of approach to life. But it was very simple. It's like, yes, it's here, so we have this, it's here to share. And even like today's raining, and it has been challenging. It definitely hasn't been a massage today. It's quite good now because it can get warm and dry. But his approach is like drizzling, was starting to drizzle when I took off, and I had this feeling, should I stay? I don't know, should I go? And this sort of doubt, and and he just said, enjoy whatever you choose, enjoy, and that the life is to be enjoyed. And it sounds so simple, but there really is a choice. And so as I've been walking in the rain and trying to find when it's raining more heavily, trying to find shelter, especially temple seems to be pretty good. It's been pretty good. Temples, I've been like temple hopping. But just remembering him, say, enjoy, okay, it's wet, I can enjoy it. It's a choice. So this was a bit about like the managing the expectations of like, I want this experience, or I don't want to get wet, or I want to arrive here, or I should go, and just managing those expectations of like, I am here, okay, it's raining, I'm getting wet, and this will change. And so just these simple, I think sometimes we really need to have the right energy that helps to make these choices, but these simple choices to be able to just choose. Okay, I'm going to enjoy this moment. I'm walking up the hill and it's hard work, or my feet are slipping in the sandals, or I can feel the water running down my back or wherever, and okay, I'm going to enjoy. I'm not going to think about, I don't want to be here, or I don't have a raincoat, or if I focus on that, that becomes my experience. I focus on, wow, it's beautiful, and it's rejuvenating, and it's bringing life to the nature, and and start to tune into that. And what's been revealed to me today as well is that when I would stop, I'd find some shelter and wait, and of course that's part of the practice of being patient. And it was easy to become really a lot more agitated, like looking up. Is it better? Is it getting clearer? No, it's not. It is. Oh, how long am I going to be here? Where am I going to get to? Normal things, not bad things, but they're not serving me. Absolutely not serving me. And so, just taking that moment to meditate, or taking that moment to read a book, write a bit. Comes another opportunity. And something that was really interesting is that when I would start to hear the birds chirping, it was the moment to go. It was really beautiful. So I could start to hear another bird, and I look up and actually it's clear, or it stopped, or whatever it might be. So it was also this confirmation of nature and these nice signals of nature, feeling that when I was able to be a bit more present, slower, that I'd tune in. And that was really helping me transcend the avoidance, or the need for it to be another way. The aversion. And I could have very easily, and I think about as I was walking, could have very easily stayed for more time with Purushottam, and that would have been a really valid choice as well. There was part of my mind that was like, okay, there's a break in the weather, I should go, because I've got to go on this way. I was sharing a bit about it yesterday, and but it would also be valid because it felt like a beautiful exchange and a beautiful insight. And like I was saying, I just loved his wisdom, and it's too much to even remember in this moment. But one of the things he was I remember saying was and maybe he was paraphrasing, or he's saying it for himself, or it's part of a teaching. But he was saying that I'm like the sun, I shine for all, and I'm like the sky, and I'm open to everything, to everyone. And everything is for me. Everything in this life is for me, and I am for everything. I am for all. And it was just like a really beautiful invitation. Yeah. Yeah. It's like talking about the weather, saying, you be ready for the worst, and the worst will never come if you're ready for it. Anyway, so today it's been a challenge, and most of my stuff is wet, and and I'm thankful for this. But I feel okay. I feel okay. I feel you know, pretty good sense of being able to like work through letting go of some of these expectations and actually being able to see the positive in it. Yeah. So, yeah, sending blessings from the path, from the Camino, from the Yatra, from the pilgrimage, and yeah, blessings to your way.